Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to work in my little Bible junk journal, Bible art journal, Bible whatever I want it to be. I can do it all in here. That was the last page that we did. And all these are the prayer cards that you get from Dollar Tree. So today, I've already gessoed this page. This will be my verse. And I think I'm going to do an underwater theme. So, let me get everything set up and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this little stamp of the Little Mermaid. I have some tissue paper that I'm going to put over it first. Hopefully it doesn't bleed too bad. I've got these stamp sets from Temu. I'll use and I'll dip these in paint. I got these, which are turtles and fish. I've got this, which I might use for the bubbles. And then I've got these. So let's see what we can create. And I have some stencils. So I don't know if I'll be using these. I might use it just a little bit. And then I have very old Tim Holtz paints that I really need to use these up. I really do. So let's get to gluing some of this on here. I might as well just do that because that pretty much covers my whole, and then I can just add more blue to that if necessary. I have Liquitex Basics. You get it from Amazon. And let me find I got these brushes from Temu for when I do stuff like this because I have a tendency of ruining brushes. So I'll just use one of these. Oh, they're stuck together. Oh well. You know, you don't pay very much for stuff, so yeah. Me. Go ahead and throw some on here. I always like to clean it off the top here. And I will just spread this on. I already put gesso on the page. I might need more. Okay, I'd like to shout out to my girls and my grandkids. I do this mainly for them because I like for them to be artistic. I know they are very artistic. I want them to see that they can still praise Jesus, worship Jesus, love Jesus, and still be artistic. Well, I'll just add more there. But yeah. It's fun. When they come to visit, we do all kinds of crafts. Or we color, things like that. Because you don't get a whole lot of arts and crafts anymore in the school system. So, all right. I'll just put it on the brush. These little brushes worked. I mean, did it what I needed it to do. Am I going to worry about ruining it? No. I hope everyone is doing great. And this book, I have a video on it. It was just an old catalog that I turned into an art journal, prayer journal, junk journal. Because see, I can do something here and then I can paint it or whatever. I can decorate it after I've used it. So, and I think I need, I'm just going to tear it up. But I don't want hard edges, so right here. Yeah, that looks good. Or maybe up here. Yeah, I already put the glue down, so down we go. And it'll give strength to this paper because this is just like newsprint paper, which is fine. I mean, with the way the economy is, you have to use whatever you have, and I also like recycling. So, all right, maybe another little piece down here. I hope everyone is doing well. I pray for people in Texas, right? I pray for people all over the world, actually. I mean, Jesus wants us to be good to each other. And that's important to me. I know it may not be very important to a lot of people, but it is to me. Kindness matters. Because you don't really know who's going through what. And it's not up to us to know that. It's up to us to just bring light to each other. Yeah, I'll use this here. I know I'm taking too long. I'm sorry. Well, not really, because this is a craft video. I mean, yeah, a craft video. I don't do a ton of talking, but I will try my best. I'm ripping the paper so that I can just put it down this side here. So I'm just picking up some glue, laying it down, and I'll just put it there. I'll pull it off. Oops, look, ripped that like nobody's business, but that's all right. And if I have some creasing, I'll just pull that off. Scrunch it up. Come up here. I'll lay that on. That looks good. All right. Let me dry this and I'll be right back. Okay. I have some very old Dylusions paints that I need to use up also. Dollar Tree makeup sponge. The stencil came from Temu. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if those help, but yep. So there's that. And an old sandwich tray. Yeah, from Publix. Imagine that. All right. Let me, because I'm going to use blue. I just want to add some more background. And let me tell you, these don't fare very well after 50 million years, I guess. But I still pick up paint. And as long as I pick up paint, I'm using it. So I'll mainly put it where my white spaces are. I know I'm so zoomed out. It's not even funny, but this book is pretty big. I'll just rub that in there. Pick some more up. It's just to break up where the white is. Yeah. Nope, that doesn't do any good. So, let me pull you back out just a little bit. See where the white spaces are? Yeah, these sponges are, they're kind of garbagey, but it'll do for what I need it. And down here. Over here. I'm not being very precise. I just want to break up some of the pattern on here. And all I'm doing is squashing this into this. Oops, picked up a piece. All right, so I want to go here. On the side. And some up here. Yep, that works. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to add some more to this. I have these also, these watercolor crayons. So let's see how well those work. And I'm gonna just change some of the areas. The only thing I don't like about these, because I'll rub on them first so that I can get them mashed down, is they do leave brush marks, and that's aggravating to me. But, you know, what are you gonna do? That's not too bad. Wonder if I just pick it up from the crayon, because I was going to use watercolors, but not everybody has watercolors. Not everybody has Staedtler crayons. I'm just giving you something that you can use. Let's see if I can scrub this pretty good sideways with this brush. And then move it around. See, just, I don't know, they're all right, I guess. I haven't used them for a while. All my craft supplies I keep for my grandkids. For them to use. All right, that looks better. Alright, so let's find a different blue. Oh, the first one I used was cobalt blue. And this one, let's see, what is this one? It just says light blue. We'll throw some of that in there. We'll see how light that is. Pick up a little more water. I'll even put it down where the water is. Just scribble it in. Alright, that looks good enough. I'm torturing this paper enough. Alright, so I have this stamp set. These are all from Temu, and I'm going to use this. I always try to rub it on the back of my hand so that everything sticks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use paint. So I need to get wet wipes so that when I put the paint on there and stamp it down, it doesn't ruin the stamp. So I'll get my wet wipe ready. Make sure it's nice and juicy, not dried out. So I'll just spray it a little bit with some water. And I'll put it right there. Alright, so corals. I'll use that for the seaweed. Why not? I just grabbed them all. Just grabbed them all. Got to give them a good shake. I'll use this one for the seaweed. Field paint. Yeah, these things are like old as dirt. Yeah, because they don't even, these don't work. Oops, yuck. Huh. I'll just pour some out. Or I'll get them working. And then we've got pickled raspberry. Wow. Those are working. That's cool. And then what is this? Wild honey. Sweet. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to dab this on. Why not? Just like this. That way I'm not being crazy precise. And it's going to look fine. So I'm going to press it down. Let me move this up a little bit. I'll get better at figuring out this whole... Let me pull you closer just a little bit for that. And then I'll come back, add more. because you just need the and you can do this with any kind of sponge. And then just line it up at the bottom. Press it down. See, and that works for my coral. Now, I need to wipe this off immediately with the wet wipe and get it out of the little crevices so that the paint doesn't dry in the stamp. And even if you take a little bit of water, mop that up, because it'll pull the paint out of the tiny little grooves here. Yes, it was a Temu stamp, was only $1 something. No, they don't last forever because it's not the same silicone that you would get from a more expensive stamp set. But here's the thing, with Temu you get what you pay for. So, alright, there's that. Alright, and even if I want to, I can take a little garbage brush, pick some paint up, and fix it. There's some over here. You know, so that it looks like it's more solid. I mean, you can become crazy picky. I'm not going to be. I mean, I may mash it down closer to the bottom. I can use my finger for that. But yeah, there's that. Now let me close these up. Let me dry this. Oops. And be right back. All right, and then, oops, sorry about that. If you want to give it a little more definition of what your seaweed looks like. Sorry about that. I'm just going to take a pet artist pen. You can take any type of waterproof pen. Got my stamp set. I've got something ready to wipe it off or stamp it off with. And I'm just going to come through and just lightly go over it. A little bit. Just these parts. Because I don't want too much in the center. Just want the outside. Just a little bit. But you got to be quick about it because this will dry fast. Flip it over. Mash it down. Hopefully my idea worked. Yeah, it did. Look at that. Gave it a little more definition. So let's try this again. Try to line it up. I'm just going to close the cap on this. Give it a good press. Pull it up. And there you have it. A little better defined coral reef. And then I'll just wipe it off. See? If you get to it soon enough, you'll get everything off. And then I would just set this aside to dry. All right, now, let's see. I'm going to first do her. Just see where I want her. This is, I need to think of a better way to, I'm learning, just bear with me. Put her on there. And let's see. And I might put some blue ink on this. So all right, so archival ink. I always get it on my fingers. Always, but that's okay. So let's see. Because I need to see where I'm going to put my seaweed and all my other little sea creatures. But she is telling this one what that scripture says. Oh, that's good enough. Because what I can do is take a small pit pen and just come in and darken it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to. It's just because that piece of tissue paper right there. That's all right. But yeah. I think that's good enough. Her little crown didn't come through. So we can just fix it. There. Because we'll paint her in. And I've got her down on a piece of tissue. Okay, now I'm going to use the seaweed. This is also from Temu for down here. And all I'll do is find my green, which is peeled paint. Get that started. And go ahead and put that on there. Just dabbing it on. I may need a darker green. More than likely. Yeah, because that doesn't show very well. So, let's see. Do I have a darker green? No. That's all right. So let's put this one away and grab a darker green. This will work. I have forest green. So I'll just put a dab on here. Pick up my brush, get all the water out of it. Pick up the paint and just dab the paint on. That's all I'm gonna do. And maybe try to find where it was. There we go. We're just building an easy background. That's all it is. And I'm just putting the paint back on there. I don't need them little chunky things. I'll go over here. And if need be, if it needs to be longer, I'll just come in and give it a little more. Wish these stayed flat instead of pulling open like that. I wonder if I hold the bristles. Yeah, that's better. Bring it down. That's good. Don't forget, oops, wipe the paint off. That way it doesn't, paint's really hard to get out of stamps if you leave it to dry, especially acrylic paint. And I'll just turn it over on this to, I have a napkin right up here. All right. Now, let's see what we want to do here. I know it's getting too long, so let me get everything stamped out. I'm probably just going to stamp one of these. It's the mommy to this one. So I'll be right back. All right, so I've got everything stamped out the way I want it. And I'm just going to use the same paints on her. I got these tiny little brushes that I got from Temu. And I'm going to add water to them so that they're not so thick. And we can see through it. I believe these are what? Picked raspberry and spun sugar. And I should have put white over her first, but it's all good. You can still tell. And then I'll pick up some of that orange and pink, make a coral, and some water. For my seahorse. All I did was pick up that and this, made a coral. I can even make a lighter coral by adding more pink. Yep. And that was what? Fired brick and spun sugar to make the coral color for my seahorse. And I worked on this seahorse because its little fin was a butterfly wing, and I wasn't having that. No. So I changed it. I changed it up. I did. And I'll just do a light scrubbing motion. Maybe I'll pink up some of this pink in here, or the picked raspberry to change up the dorsal fin. And I mean, I can go in with a jelly roll pen and give it some sparkle. I might add a little purple. I'm taking up too much time. So I'll just pick up some of this pink and highlight parts of the face. Why not? It's just a fun art journal page. That's all it is. I even have some yellow that I can add into this concoction. Make the baby orange. There you go. And you can alter some of these colors. Like that. And I'll use evergreen bough for my turtle down here. Why not? And I'm just gonna start unscrewing it from the cap. Because, yeah, it's gonna blend in like nobody's business, but that's all right. Trying to make a more of a army green, something that's going to stand out better. That's good. And these little brushes, they don't hold up very well either. These are from Temu. Yep. So, I think I'll use picket fence for her with a little bit of pink. I'm just going to take it out of the lid, pick up a little bit of pink, find a different corner, And just give her some facial features or some color other than blue. I know. That's alright though. It's just a fun page to work on. She doesn't stand out very well. I mean, you can take markers and go back over. You can take colored pencils. You can take whatever you want. Her hair. Just gonna grab this. This is an old one. It says espresso. Just gonna take it out of the lid. I'll mix it over here. And I'll just come in and do her hair. I've got some paint over here that I'm using. See? And just take it from the lid. But yeah. Has anybody watched The Chosen yet? I'm watching season 4. I absolutely love it. There we go. All right, and then this I can just take one of these and actually go, oh, if it worked. Let's try a different one. Let's try a different one. What is this? Salty Ocean. These daubers. I need new. I did buy new daubers, but there we go. You can just go around the edge to break up the white edge. So that it looks like more like it belongs there. So it's not just like sticking out. That looks better. All right. I just have some Eileen's tacky glue. You can get that from Dollar Tree. You can get it from everywhere. And I'll just spread it onto the back of my, and I'll put it up here, squidge it around a little bit. And you know, let me get a marker. All right. Hope my face isn't in your way. And I'm just outlining roughly. Yeah. Because painting, we lost a lot of. Especially her eyes. And her nose. And her mouth. And I'll just come through. I mean, I can still see. Whoops. Where everything is. Oh yeah. I should not, you know, I should just put music onto my videos, but I don't know. It's all good. But there it is. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Romans 12:12. And it was just a play in the Scripture Art Journal or Bible Art Journal or whatever you want to call it. And there's the little mermaid. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope this wasn't too long, but if it was, I'm very sorry, and I will try to do better. But it is what it is. And that's out of the book we did today that we made. Bye for now.